Bailey hints at status with Jeremy after Bachelor in Paradise. August 14th, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. Bachelor in Paradise fans finally saw Jeremy Simon put on blast. Brian Otts revealed to Bailey Brown that not only did Jeremy Brown call Susie Evans to get her to come back, he still holds a candle for Susie. Bailey said after the episode aired that Season 10 has been hard for her to watch. She dropped a huge hint about her relationship status with Jeremy after the show. Keep reading for more. Jeremy Simon takes accountability. Kind of. Unfortunately, Jeremy didn't really get the comeuppance viewers wanted to see. He lied again and told Bailey that he didn't say he would propose to Susie if she came back. But social media criticism seems to have gotten to the reality star. He took to Instagram to take accountability for how he treated Bailey. However, he claimed that viewers only saw a small part of their relationship. One fan pointed out that Jeremy was on camera saying he would propose to Susie, but lied to Bailey and claimed he never said it. Bailey hints at status with Jeremy after Bachelor in Paradise. Jeremy's Instagram post received nearly 1,000 comments, including one from Bailey herself. While fans hoped she'd come to her senses and dump him for good, she hinted otherwise. She wrote, "I'm glad we chose each other, and I couldn't imagine having anyone else as my partner." Many Bachelor in Paradise fans took that to mean that Bailey and Jeremy left the show together and are still in a relationship. She clarifies after backlash. Needless to say, the idea that Bailey forgave Jeremy and is still with him didn't sit right with fans of the show. They replied to her comment encouraging her to dump him for good. Check out some of the responses to her comment. "Wow, wow, wow! Are you not watching the same show we are? I know we only see clips, but what TF, girl? Run! You deserve so much better. Please value yourself more than allowing a man, boy, to call another woman, talk about her and wanting her, and taking you as a second choice." Girl, what? Did you not watch back to see how this man was so ready to discard of you? Girl, no, you deserve better than this, please. Lol, let's circle back to this one in like 6 months. But there's a chance her comment was misinterpreted. She clarified with a follow-up comment. She explained, "We are partners in the show, and we are competing as a team." Where does she really stand with Jeremy Simon? Spoiler alert! It's unclear when Jeremy and Bailey exit the show. They might be the couple that wins $500,000. But it seems that they are still together, despite his behavior. They've been spotted out several times in the last month. Share your reaction in the comments.
The sun was setting over the sandy shores of Bachelor in Paradise, casting golden streaks across the turquoise waves. The past few weeks had been a whirlwind for everyone involved. Flirtations, heartbreaks, dramatic confrontations, and stolen kisses under the moonlight. But one story had kept fans glued to their screens more than any other: the ever-complicated, ever-intriguing relationship between Bailey and Jeremy. From the moment Jeremy walked onto the beach, confident and charming, his presence rippled through the cast like an electric current. And Bailey, fiery, thoughtful, and unpredictable, was immediately intrigued. Their first interaction was subtle, a quiet conversation over cocktails that seemed casual at first, but for those paying attention, there was an unmistakable spark. Eyes locked, smiles exchanged, the kind of connection that makes you wonder if fate had scripted this encounter. As the days progressed, Bailey and Jeremy's relationship became a focal point of the season. Some saw it as genuine chemistry, others speculated about strategy. Social media buzzed with theories. Were they in it for love, or was this another Bachelor in Paradise scheme? The tension was palpable. Each group date, rose ceremony, and beach bonfire was a potential turning point, a chance to either solidify their bond or let it dissolve into the backdrop of drama that Paradise is infamous for. Sparks on the sand. It was a quiet morning when Jeremy found himself sitting alone by the ocean, the sand cold beneath his feet. Bailey appeared, her sun hat shading her eyes, but not the curiosity and caution that danced across her face. "Mind if I sit?" she asked, a playful tilt in her voice. "Not at all," Jeremy replied, shifting slightly to make space. "I was just thinking." "About what?" she asked, genuinely intrigued. "About this place," he said, glancing at the horizon. "How it makes everything feel amplified, Every emotion, every connection, it's like everything is under a magnifying glass. Bailey nodded thoughtfully. Yeah, it's intense, but maybe that's why the right connections feel even stronger. And just like that, a delicate thread formed between them, one that neither could deny. Over the next few days, fans watched as Jeremy and Bailey shared whispered conversations, stolen glances, and moments of unspoken intimacy. But just as quickly, the pressures of Paradise began to test them. The rumors begin. By the third week, speculation about their relationship reached a fever pitch. Other contestants whispered, the cameras captured every moment, and fans dissected every Instagram story. Rumors of secret alliances and covert strategies swirled across social media. Bailey, aware of the scrutiny, decided to address the rumors, but carefully. In a heartfelt confessional, she admitted, I really like Jeremy. I mean, he's funny, smart, and kind. But I also know this show is complicated. There's strategy, there's pressure, and there's a lot of eyes watching every move I make. So yes, I like him, but what that means, I'm still figuring out. It was a statement that ignited the fanbase. Was Bailey confirming a romance, or leaving the door open for suspense? Fans argued in forums, debated on TikTok, and rewatched every moment of the season. Every laugh, touch, every fleeting glance between Bailey and Jeremy became a potential clue. The roses and the rejections. The rose ceremonies were a minefield of emotions. Jeremy's heart seemed torn in every direction. On the one hand, Bailey had a magnetic pull that was hard to resist. On the other, the unpredictable nature of the villa and a constant arrival of new contestants added layers of tension. During one pivotal rose ceremony, Jeremy approached Bailey with a rose in hand. The camera captured the hesitation in his eyes, the slight quiver in his voice. Bailey, I know we've had our ups and downs, and I know this isn't easy, but I want to give this a real chance. Will you accept this rose? Bailey looked around, considering the words. Her fingers brushed against the rose, and the camera lingered on that intimate moment. Finally, she smiled and took it. Yes, she whispered, and the crowd of contestants erupted into applause. It was a defining moment. The cameras panned to Jeremy's relieved smile, the tension dissolving into genuine happiness. For a fleeting moment, it seemed as if Paradise had delivered its first truly authentic connection. The outside world beckons. As filming wrapped, the real challenge loomed, life outside the villa. Paradise had created a cocoon, a world removed from reality, where romance could flourish unencumbered by responsibilities. But the real world wasn't so forgiving. Fans were desperate for updates. Social media became the stage for subtle hints and carefully curated posts. And Bailey, ever the strategist, decided to drop a hint without giving too much away. A late-night Instagram story showed her sitting by a fire, the ocean waves crashing in the background. The caption read simply, "Some things are worth the wait." The subtlety was electric. Fans immediately speculated that she was referencing Jeremy, sending Twitter and TikTok into a frenzy. Was this a confirmation, a tease, or just a reflective moment? Navigating public pressure. With speculation came pressure. Every interview, podcast, and Instagram Q&A was a potential minefield. Bailey knew that one misstep could fuel negativity or fan disappointment. But she also wanted to be honest, at least enough to hint at her true feelings. During a live session with fans, one follower asked the question everyone was thinking. So, are you and Jeremy together? Bailey smiled, her eyes twinkling with mischief and sincerity. Well, she began, pausing just enough to keep viewers on edge. Let's just say we're figuring things out. But I can tell you that he's someone very special, and I'm excited to see where this goes. It was carefully worded, enough to tease fans, but not enough to fully confirm anything. The ambiguity only fueled the fascination. The first real date. Finally, after weeks of anticipation, Bailey and Jeremy shared their first official date outside the villa. No cameras, no scripts, just two people exploring their connection in the real world. They chose a quiet beachside cafe, the kind with twinkling lights and soft acoustic music in the background. Conversation flowed effortlessly, laughter punctuating their every word. Jeremy reached for Bailey's hand across the table, and this time there were no cameras to capture the moment, just authenticity. "I'm glad we're doing this," Jeremy said softly. No pressure, no expectations, just us. Bailey squeezed his hand, a smile spreading across her face. "Me too. It feels different, but good different, like we can actually be ourselves." The date ended with a long, lingering hug, and fans online could only imagine what had transpired behind the closed doors. Social media erupted with speculation and support, as if the public couldn't help but cheer for this connection. Social media hints. Bailey's social media began subtly reflecting her new reality. Stories of beach walks, coffee dates, and candid selfies began to appear. She was careful, never revealing too much, but the subtlety was enough for fans to pick up clues. One post in particular caused a frenzy: a sunset silhouette of two figures holding hands with no caption other than a heart emoji. Fans immediately assumed it was Bailey and Jeremy, and the speculation reached a fever pitch. It wasn't just about romance, it was about the narrative. Fans wanted to believe in a real connection amidst the chaos of Bachelor in Paradise, and Bailey seemed to be giving them hope without confirming the entire story. Facing the critics. Of course, not everyone was supportive. The Bachelor fandom is notoriously divided, and some questioned the authenticity of Bailey and Jeremy's relationship. Critics pointed to the show's history, the editing, and the potential for manufactured drama. Bailey, however, remained unfazed. In an interview with a popular entertainment podcast, she stated, "People will always have opinions, but at the end of the day, I know what I feel, and Jeremy knows what he feels. That's all that matters. The rest, well, that's for the internet to debate." Her statement was empowering, a subtle yet strong declaration that she would not let external pressure define her choices. Fans loved her for it, praising her maturity and honesty in the face of scrutiny. The first Instagram confirmation. Weeks after the season finale aired, Bailey and Jeremy dropped what might be considered the first unofficial confirmation. A picture of them together appeared on Jeremy's Instagram, smiling, casual, relaxed. The caption, simply, "Some connections are worth holding on to." It wasn't a full-blown announcement, but it was enough for fans to rejoice. Speculation turned to cautious optimism. Could this finally be the confirmation everyone had been waiting for? Building a foundation. Unlike the whirlwind romance on the show, Bailey and Jeremy seemed intent on taking things slow. They were careful to build a foundation, friendship, trust, and understanding before labeling the relationship. Late-night conversations, long drives, and shared adventures became their reality. They were public enough to keep fans engaged, but private enough to protect the authenticity of their connection. Bailey, in a recent podcast, summed it up perfectly. "We're not in a rush. Paradise taught us a lot, but it's a completely different world outside. We're exploring, learning about each other, and enjoying the process. And honestly, it feels amazing." The fans react. The fandom had been on edge since the season ended. Every post, story, and interaction was scrutinized. And now, with subtle hints dropping regularly, fans were ecstatic. Memes, reaction videos, and fan edits flooded social media. And through it all, Bailey maintained her balance, providing just enough to keep fans engaged, but never compromising the integrity of her personal life. The future? As of now, the future of Bailey and Jeremy's relationship remains an exciting question mark. Are they exclusive? Are they headed toward a serious commitment? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear. Their connection, forged under the bright lights of Paradise and tested in the real world, has captured the hearts of fans. And with Bailey hinting at their status in carefully crafted posts and statements, the world waits in anticipation for the next chapter. A love worth watching. The story of Bailey and Jeremy is more than just another Bachelor in Paradise romance. It's a journey of connection, authenticity, and careful navigation through the public eye. It's about two people discovering each other amidst the chaos of a reality show and the real world that follows. Whether their romance endures or evolves in unexpected ways.
Big reactions. Just when fans thought they had a handle on Bailey and Jeremy's relationship, the duo dropped another subtle hint that sent social media into a frenzy. A photo appeared on Bailey's Instagram story, 2 coffee cups side by side, steam rising into the morning light. No captions, no emojis, just the image. Fans immediately exploded with theories. Are they living together? Are they on a secret getaway? Twitter lit up with speculation. Podcasts devoted entire episodes to dissecting the image. The brilliance was in the subtlety. Bailey and Jeremy had perfected the art of teasing without overexposing themselves. Friends or more. In an exclusive interview with a pop culture magazine, Bailey addressed the ongoing curiosity. "We're close and it's exciting, but we're also just enjoying each other's company. It's not about labels right now. It's about connection and honesty. That's what matters." Her careful wording was deliberate. She wasn't confirming a romantic relationship, yet she wasn't denying it either. Fans called it the ultimate tease, and the media praised her for navigating the post-show attention with grace. Even Jeremy seemed to play along with the mystery. On his own Instagram story, he shared a quote, "Some things are meant to be discovered slowly." The timing was perfect. Fans immediately connected the dots, drawing the conclusion that yes, Bailey and Jeremy were still seeing each other, but the details remained under wraps. The reunion buzz. Rumors of a possible reunion surfaced shortly after the season finale aired. Fans speculated that Bailey and Jeremy might appear together at upcoming Bachelor Nation events. Social media sleuths scoured their posts looking for any clue. Bailey teased her followers. Some reunions are worth the wait. Again, the ambiguity thrilled fans. Were they attending together as friends? As a couple? The speculation added another layer of excitement, with each subtle hint sparking waves of discussion online. The first public appearance. When the first public event arrived, fans were on edge. Bailey and Jeremy walked the red carpet together. The cameras flashed and the internet exploded. For the first time since the show ended, their relationship became a visible reality. Holding hands, laughing, and leaning into each other, the duo radiated chemistry. Entertainment media described their appearance as low-key but undeniable, highlighting how their subtle approach to romance was both strategic and captivating. Fan reactions and internet frenzy. Social media reacted instantly. Memes circulated of Bailey and Jeremy's subtle interactions, with fans creating polls asking who made the first move or who smiled more during the event. TikTok compilations captured moments of eye contact, gentle touches, and whispered conversations. Despite the frenzy, Bailey and Jeremy maintained control of the narrative. They didn't confirm more than necessary, but continued to drop hints that suggested their connection remained strong. Fans loved it. It was the perfect balance of authenticity and intrigue. Navigating gossip and criticism. With attention came criticism. Some commentators questioned whether their romance was genuine, calling it another Bachelor storyline. But Bailey and Jeremy appeared unfazed. In a joint Instagram Live, Jeremy addressed the rumors. "We know what we have, and that's enough. Everyone else's opinions don't define our relationship. What matters is how we feel and how we treat each other." Bailey nodded in agreement, adding, "People can speculate all they want. We're living our truth, and that's what counts." Their confidence resonated with fans, who praised them for prioritizing authenticity over drama. Future plans and hints. As the months went on, Bailey and Jeremy continued to drop subtle hints about their growing relationship. Weekend getaways, coordinated outfits, and shared travel stories suggested a deepening bond. Bailey teased a fan Q&A with this statement, "We're exploring, learning, and seeing where life takes us. And honestly, it feels amazing to do that with someone who gets me." Fans dissected every word. The excitement wasn't just about their romance. It was about watching two people navigate the tricky waters of post-reality show life and find genuine connection. The Instagram puzzle. One day, Bailey posted a photo collage, herself on a beach, Jeremy cooking breakfast, and a sunset silhouette of two figures holding hands. The caption read, "Some things just feel right." The fan reaction was instantaneous. Theories ran wild. Were they moving in together, planning a future, or simply enjoying the moment? The brilliance lay in their ability to hint without revealing everything, keeping fans invested and intrigued. A relationship in real time. Unlike the scripted drama of Paradise, Bailey and Jeremy's post-show journey unfolded organically. Fans witnessed the evolution of their bond through stories, interviews, and social media posts. They were learning to communicate, handle public scrutiny, and balance their private life with the expectations of a devoted fan base. The story of their connection became a model for Bachelor Nation relationships. It wasn't just about fleeting drama or instant love, it was about growth, trust, and authentic interaction. The subtle confirmations. Every minor public interaction became significant. A lunch date captured by paparazzi, a story of them hiking together, or a cryptic post on Instagram, all fed into the narrative of a slowly blossoming relationship. Fans began referring to their romance as the slow burn love story, appreciating the careful, deliberate approach Bailey and Jeremy were taking. Each hint was a breadcrumb, guiding the public towards a deeper understanding of their connection without revealing every detail prematurely. Emotional milestones. Bailey shared a personal post about self-growth and gratitude.
While not directly about Jeremy, the caption hinted at the positive impact of a supportive partner. Some people come into your life and make you a better version of yourself, grateful for the journey and those who walk beside you. Fans immediately interpreted it as a nod to Jeremy, sparking waves of excitement online. These subtle nods became part of the allure. Every hint was carefully crafted, creating suspense while remaining authentic. The real talk. In a candid podcast interview, Bailey opened up about her perspective on post-reality show dating. It's challenging. You're under a microscope, everyone has opinions, and there's pressure to define things quickly. But Jeremy and I, we're taking our time. We're making sure that what we have is real and worth it. Her honesty resonated deeply with fans. It was a refreshing contrast to the rapid-fire relationships often portrayed on the show. What comes next? While fans continue to speculate about labels and commitment, Bailey and Jeremy remain focused on building their connection. The narrative is no longer about Bachelor in Paradise drama. It's about life, growth, and shared experiences. Every Instagram story, every subtle hint keeps fans engaged. And while the details remain private, one thing is certain: their bond is evolving, and the world is watching with bated breath. A connection worth celebrating. Bailey and Jeremy's story is a testament to the complexities of reality show relationships transitioning into real life. Their careful, deliberate approach to public attention and personal growth demonstrate a maturity rarely seen in the Bachelor universe. By teasing, hinting, and slowly revealing their status, they've captivated fans, fostered hope for authentic love, and created a narrative that balances intrigue with honesty. For now, fans wait for the next chapter, ready to celebrate the moments, the milestones, and the subtle confirmations that make this romance one of the most compelling in recent Bachelor history.